One and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and we are going to have a good time together. Today we are going to talk again about Muhammad, if he is a prophet or not. Later we will open our Skype so people they can call us, especially Muslims and only Muslims, because Muslims only the one who can answer us. Nobody can answer you except Muslims. As an example, here we have Abdul. He cut his hair last week because he was going to meet Borat Rahman, and his hair will grow soon, because he is eating the black seed. So he, he's a prophet always, as usual. He make a lot of poo-poo, and his poo-poo is so big to defend. But the poor Abdul, he have defended. I mean, he have to defend the poo-poo because simply this is a product he sell in the beginning of every video. If you watch his videos, you will see him posting something in front of your face, saying, "Buy this one. Don't forget to buy this one." What is that? Tell us, what is that, Mimi?
A contention which some people, anti-Islamic apologists, have used, and even it's on some of their websites, about a hadith which talks about the black seed. And if you wanted to translate it literalistically, it would read that it's a cure for every disease.
Hold on. If you want to translate it, read it. What is that? Are you saying this is not what it is? I mean, the defense is so silly and so stupid. If you want to translate it, is it a choice to translate how it is, or we have to translate as it is? Tell us more.
But is this the case? How could it be the case? I mean, is it a cure for cancer, for AIDS, for all of those things?
Mimi, is it a call for breastfeeding for adults? Like, I know a person, when he speaks to Muslim women, he say to them, "Suckle me." Do you think if he take that medicine, which your prophet said to take, is going to cure his situation? And by the way, I'm not talking about myself, because you might think this is maybe me, because I am the one who said to a Muslim woman, "Suckle me." No, I'm talking about you. Is that will solve the problem? Because if this medicine can solve every problem, I mean, why we need to do suckling for a wife of a different person? Was it a kind of a medicine, like I go and suck the boobs of someone else's wife? I think it was a medicine, because the prophet, no way he would teach us something not right. Think about it. You are a man and you are a foreigner and you want to enter the house of a neighbor, and his name is Mimi or Muhammad or Mahmoud, and you are a stranger. You are not allowed to be there. So what we say? You say to him, you look at the door. "Okay, can I suck your wife tit to make her haram?" Now we go back to the medicine of a prophet Muhammad. Tell us more about this medicine, man.
Do we not need hospitals anymore?
No way.
Cancer research needs to shut down because now we have the black seed? No. The hadith does not mean...
It does not mean... The hadith does not mean... Let us see what the hadith say in potato, guys. The hadith does not mean... What the heck? So why it's saying that it is a medicine for every single disease? The hadith does not mean. So why your prophet, he says the remedy for every disease except death? I mean, how clear he can make it? He just make an exception. Death is not there. Do you see the stupidity of those people trying to defend their stupid prophet? Brother and sister, the hadith does not mean that. It says Nigella seed is remedy for every disease except death. And the potato trying to defend his prophet, because, by the way, he's not defending his prophet, he's defending his product, because this is what he is selling for the poor Muslims. Every video he goes, he says, "Buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, brother, sister, buy this if you want to be healthy." Do you see how much corrupt those people are? They are willing to lie about something is so clear like the sun. Remedy for every disease, not some disease. Does it say the word some? Can't your prophet use the word some? I will give your prophet some idea. As an example, he can say, this is a remedy for some disease. He can say this is a remedy for some disease. He can say this is a remedy for some disease. But your prophet, he chose to say, for every disease except death. And here we ask ourselves, is even death and a disease, you stupid idiot Muhammad? Because how you say except death when you are talking about disease? Is death is a disease? Not only this man Muhammad don't know how to speak Arabic, he cannot put a sentence together. And now the Muhammadan, with short hair, long hair, doesn't matter, they are trying to explain why Muhammad is stupid. They say, brothers and sisters, Mr. Prince, first of all, my name is Dr. Zakir Naik, and I'm going to get you busted. Zakir Naik, don't hold, how in the world you spoke to me right away? I did not even call you. Mr. Prince, I can contact you with our Koran. What is that, man? How you can do that? Is that like you are using that like app like Viber, WhatsApp, like, Christian Prince, we Muslims, we have connection directly with Allah. What directly with Allah? Your prophet, he was praying to Allah 24 hours and then he died by like a rat by poison. And by the way, how come this seed did not work with him? Christian Prince, first of all, the prophet, he did not die by poison. Like what you are talking about? He died by poison. Christian Prince, you are a liar, and I'm going to get you with it. According to the prophet, he died because he had a pain in his testicle. He have pain where? In his testicle. What the heck? Yes, because he had a fight. If you remember the Quran, if you go chapter 13, it said that his wife, they were having a fight with him. What? What? His wife's having a fight with him? What does this have to do with his death? Exactly. And when you have a fight with your wife, they will hit you. They hit you. Where they hit you? In your testicle. So the wives of Muhammad, they hit him in his testicles and he ended dead. Not exactly. It took him 4 years. Man, what kind of hit worked for 4 years? So they hit him 4 years ago and died 4 years after because they hit him in his testicles? Christian Prince, you are an ignorant. I have a real story, about a person, he's a Muslim. He was hit by 4 wives. The Prophet, he had 13 wives. The person, he died after 2 years because the only 40 wives, the 4 wives, they beat him. The Prophet, he had 13 wives, and all of them, they hit him in the testicle. The 13 wives, all of them, they hit the Prophet in his testicles. Lord have mercy. I feel sorry for... thank you, Christian Prince, for feeling sorry for my Prophet. I'm not feeling sorry for him. I'm feeling sorry for his testicles. I mean, this is ouch. This is too much testicles hit. Anyway, listen. The hadith says, not me, that your prophet, he died because of poison. So are you saying your prophet, he covered up his testicle story, which you just made up, and he made other story, which is not true? Christian Prince, respect yourself. My prophet never lied. So here we go. He says the prophet, he said, Aisha, she said that when the prophet in his element of which he died, he used to say, oh Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food. I don't see the word feel by the testicles. Do you see testicles there in the hadith? Christian Prince, first of all, I believe that hadith is corrupted. Some of the Jews, they took the word testicle and they put the word food because they want to claim victory over Prophet Muhammad, because they are the ones supposedly who gave him the poison. We have to blame the Jews. So here the true word is the pain I caused by the testicles, not by the food. Exactly. Zakir Naik, thank you. Man, you changed history. So what we would do now, Zakir Naik, should we call the Hadith organization Islamic Ministry of Defense of Islam and change those? Why you Muslims don't correct it? First of all, we cannot put the name of the testicle of the Prophet in that hadith because his testicle is holy. What the heck? His testicles is holy? Exactly. I heard the hadith about Muslim fighting over the water of his panty, his laundry. Christian Prince, this is very awkward hadith. And actually, me myself, I wish I can get that water because that can heal me. Man, that's the water of Muhammad panty can heal you. Okay, so now we go back to Mimi Hijab. So Mimi Hijab is saying to us, brother and sister, the hadith does not say so. Who wants some coffee? What a stupid cut. If you have a problem, what is your disease? What is your situation? What is your illness? Are you infected by Corona? Corona macarona? Take the Nigella seed. Have cancer? Take the Nigella seed. You can't have babies. Take the Nigella seed. You have a mental illness. Take the Nigella seed. You have a problem with, functioning. Your hands are shaking. Your heart is not working. Take the Nigella seed. I don't know. I feel like I need to add this to the commercial break of a Christian Prince. May Allah bless him.
Commercial break. Hello, Habibis. If you would like to support Christian Prince, please go to Patreon and show your support. www.patreon.com/Christian Prince. We thank you all for your kindly support and enjoy the video.
The end of commercial break. So, brother, when Mimi Hijab, he say to us, the hadith does not mean that. I mean, how Mimi Hijab, he got this conclusion when the hadith says every single disease. And the Prophet, and by the way, the name of the chapter, Healing Sickness with the Black Seed. Abu Hurairah, the father of the cats, reported that he heard Allah Messenger saying, Nigella seed is the remedy for every disease. Brothers, sisters, when the Prophet, he say every, he don't mean it. From now on, take it for granted. This guy is a stupid. He add the word every in front of everything. And now we have the Muslims, they need to correct their Prophet, because their Prophet didn't speak good Arabic. I mean, he said every, but he don't mean every. He said except death, but he don't mean except death. Like, what the heck? I heard Allah Messenger saying, the healing in black coming for all diseases except death. But Mimi Hijab, he says he did not mean that. He did not. You know, there is something you need to learn about Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is a different person who speaks his own language. Actually, he is the one who created the Arabic language. Before him, we don't speak Arabic. Before him, we used to speak gibberish. Like me, myself, I told you that my grandfather, he used to speak like this language. I don't know which one, you tell me. I mean, it's hard to figure out, by the way. Yeah, so this is a true story, by the way. And the Prophet is the one who corrected the language for us. So since the Prophet, he is the best in the languages, the Prophet, he liked to add all, but he don't mean all. When you see Muhammad say all, he means some. Let us type it there. The Prophet, he say all, he means some. Oh boy, I'm typing in Arabic again. The Prophet, he say all, he means some. What is that? Brother and sister, this is because the Prophet, he wanna fool the enemy. Other example, the enemy, they will see the hadith, and then they will say all. So they will take it for all disease, and then the enemy, all of them die. It was a perfect trick from the Prophet to kill all the enemy. So the Prophet, he says, oh, this is not for the Muslims. Exactly. It was only for the Christian. So they can't believe it, and they eat it for all diseases, and then they die. I mean, that's so deep. And what we would do with accept death. I mean, the guy, he make it so clear that he even add death at the end. And all of us, we know that death is not a disease. I mean, who is the stupid, this man, his name is Muhammad, is to consider that death is a disease? Since when? When the last time it happened that any dictionary in the world considered death a disease? So like, you know, when I die, I have a disease now, I'm dead and I have disease. I mean, the guy is dead. Can we heal the person from disease? It's called death. So this is how clear the verses of Muhammad, yet the Muslim, they try to do a cover-up for the stupidity of this person. I'm going to open my Skype in case there's a Muslim, he can explain to us what's going on. All right. I will try not to stay for long today, but maybe we can take a call. We are loading in Skype. Okay. If you are a Muslim, you like to join us, give me a text, please, and I will call you immediately. All right? Only if you are a Muslim. Don't text me if you are a Christian. Anyone? You can tell that this person, Muhammad, is mentally ill, and he heard people saying, this is something, you know, this is the black seed, you know, the Middle Eastern, they use for centuries, you know, and they believe it's a benefit. I believe all kinds of seed have benefit. There's not a single seed. God, he created, you know, all those things for a reason, right? So any kind of seed have a benefit. There's no way. Even coffee have a benefit. Even tea have a benefit. I mean, there's no plant in this earth, maybe either you die or, you know, have poison. Even poison have a benefit. So when this mental person, Muhammad, he adopt a tradition of the Arab which exists before him, believing that the black seed can solve all the problem, but he, as usual, this person, he exaggerate with his stupidity.
Break. Hello, Habibis. If you would like to support Christian Prince, please go to Patreon and show your support. www.patreon.com/Christian Prince. We thank you all for your kindly support and enjoy the video.
The end of commercial break.